Andhra Medical College is commemorating its centenary, 100 years of existence. Students from around the globe are gathering to partake in the grand festivities. Why do they converge upon this hallowed institution? Is it to relive their cherished student memories? To express their gratitude? To showcase their achievements to their fellow classmates? To reunite and revel in their shared experiences with old friends? Or is it simply to catch up with their long-lost classmates and reminisce about their crushes? Across the 100 batches, a multitude of diverse experiences have unfolded. Yet, amidst the different names and professors, a common thread of emotions ties them together. As you read further, you'll find a classmate whose character echoes that of our peers and faculty. We belong to the 1977 to 82 batch. A handful of available seats, a rigorous entrance examination, and 125 students from all corners of Andhra Pradesh. Some hailed from villages, their backgrounds unrefined, with illiterate parents. Others came from towns with educated families. Some were fluent in English, thanks to their convent education. A few were the offspring of central government employees who had little knowledge of Telugu. There were even students from foreign lands. The diversity in socio-economic status, religion, culture, and merit rankings, combined with the confusion of youth and parental biases, created a unique blend. Ragging in those days was different from today's harassment, revealing the essence of human nature and demystifying intellectual pursuits. The earliest and most astonishing experience was the pungent smell of formalin in the anatomy theater. Initial hesitation gave way to casually chewing gum while reciting dissection steps from Cunningham's manual to our sweating classmates. Many lifelong friendships began during cadaver dissection, some even leading to marriages. Since there were only a few medical colleges and limited transfers, teachers often found themselves teaching the same subjects to successive batches. Their integrity and intellect were highly regarded by society, with minimal political or bureaucratic interference. Even the district collectors and superintendents of police were accessible to medical students without prior appointments, reflecting a unique era. Dr. Sanjeeva Rao, our anatomy professor, was a knowledgeable man with expertise in embryology. Winning a medal in medical college made you a celebrity, but the anatomy medalists were considered extraterrestrial intelligences. Though our batch was divided into two by our anatomy professor, no ill will was harbored. Some from the so-called referred batch excelled academically and financially. Dr. Somasundaram, our physiology professor, was a gem. He incorporated audiovisual aids into his lectures and sprinkled medical jokes throughout. He focused on applied physiology, making lessons on illusions, the central nervous system, and endocrine functions unforgettable. The pituitary gland is the bandmaster of the endocrine orchestra, he often said. Another physiology professor's poor English often left the class in fits of laughter. Trudging uphill in hot, humid weather to attend biochemistry classes and practicals was physically demanding even in our youth. Our pharmacology professor, Dr. Nirmala, happened to be a classmate's mother. My knowledge of pharmacology hasn't expanded much since then. Forensic medicine was the easiest subject, and I recently provided expert testimony in a courtroom, reciting the oath from our forensic medicine textbook without difficulty.
ENT and ophthalmology professors were content if students learned a few common conditions. SPM professor Dr. Swarajaya Laxmi was exceptionally knowledgeable and made the otherwise dull subject engaging. She encouraged us to examine the smallpox scars on our left arms, highlighting that the TB hospital was constructed by a voluntary organization called Gravoltas. All our medicine professors were highly respected and knowledgeable. Professors Pichaya and Varabhadreya in surgery were paragons of knowledge, dedication, and integrity, despite not receiving the recognition they deserved. Dr. G.R.K. Raju was a legend in his own right, foreseeing the need for infertility treatment when the Indian government was promoting family planning. Knowledge was not only imparted by professors and assistant professors, postgraduates also played a vital role. It was a unique learning experience to enjoy the scent of your classmates' shampoo while listening to Dr. Ravi Raju's discussions on mitral valve diseases. Freshers' days were a source of celebration and enjoyment. Dr. Radha's melancholy melodies were carried by the sea breeze on full moon nights. Visiting the hostel mess early in the morning, eating scrambled eggs in puris while listening to Jasudas's Gaur Durga Bada Pyara was a memorable experience. House surgery was a mix of light-hearted moments. Fortunately, there were no cell phones to document our antics. Only Dr. Jaya Raju and Saba were fortunate enough to secure postgraduate seats initially. Unfortunately, Saba later succumbed to an intracranial tumor. A few months ago, we bid her a final farewell at the SPM gallery. She left a poignant message in Telugu on the board with tears in her eyes, which roughly translated to, "You are leaving this small lamp, my dear friend." Many of our classmates stayed back to prepare for postgraduate studies, while others returned to their villages and towns to attend to family needs. Life took different paths, with some achieving financial success and professional contentment. Some became medical faculty at AMC or other colleges, while others ventured to distant countries like America, England, Australia, and Arab nations. It has been a long journey for many, but the desire to reminisce about the old days unites us. Names may have changed, but our shared experiences endure. Welcome back, legends!